gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. 5 rounds of 5 minutes for the one heavyweight world championship. Our 3 judges scoring this bout at circle side are Thomas Genberg of Sweden, Rosenberg Rossetti of the Philippines, and Darren De Silva of Singapore. Introducing first, out of the blue corner, he stands at 185 centimeters tall, holding a mixed martial arts record of 10 wins and only 1 loss. Training out of American Kickboxing Academy, representing India. Stepping into action is Arjan Singh Bhullar.
Let's go.
And introducing his opponent out of the red corner, he stands at 191 centimeters tall, holding a mixed martial arts record of 16 wins and 8 losses. Training out of Alliance Training Center, representing the Philippines. Get ready for the reigning and defending one heavyweight world champion, Brendan the Truth Vera. And when the action begins, referee in charge, Mr. Justin Brown.
Gentlemen, you both know the rules. I expect a clean match. Obey my commands at all times. Defend yourselves at all times. If you're not strike the back of the head or the spine, let's watch the low blows. If you want to touch gloves, do it now. Back up.
What a stare down between these two men. They could beat a statue in a staring contest. Watch the striking of Brandon Vera, particularly the fadeaway left hook. And watch the wrestling of the Kushti stylist, 58. Traditional form of Indian wrestling, now 3,000 years old.
Round 1, let's go.
What happens if Arjan Bhullar puts Brandon Vera on his back? And let's see if Vera can hit the jaw of Bhullar. Inside leg kick, fast start here from the champion.
Yeah, this is that moment of truth, Michael, where we see if Arjan is actually going to work those takedowns like we talked about, or try to put fists in Brandon's face.
He's never allowed to relax. He's never allowed to relax. There we go.
Bhullar said he wants to keep this forward pressure on. He does not want to give Brandon Vera the chance to start coming forward. So he's going to keep that forward pressure until Brandon Vera breaks.
Brandon switching to southpaw here. Both men in southpaw starts the moment. Nice inside leg kick out of southpaw. Back to orthodox now. Southpaw again for Brandon. The champion has finished everyone at heavyweight. Good low check there from Bhullar. Double left hand from Bhullar. Orthodox stance now from him. Also from the champion. Long reaching jab from Vera.
Bhullar's doing a great job here with his head movement and moving around. He's backing Brandon up. He's not getting overly anxious, over pursuing, which Brandon oftentimes depends on for those counter strikes that he lands.
And Arjan Bhullar become India's first ever world champion.
Yeah, Rich, Bhullar's also got really good parrying tactics. He's doing a good job of defending with his guard and not taking a lot of these shots straight on, which a lot of people have done. And Bhullar landed a nice little right hand right there.
Henry Hooft calling for the jab. Wants the left cross for company. Vera constantly switching stance in this opening round.
I think this is the most static I've ever seen Brandon. He's typically moving his feet, and this time he's planted without hardly any footwork. I'm not sure if this is a strategic decision or if he's making a mistake here.
typically we see a lot of lateral movement from Vera. He's always moving backwards. He circles around the wall, utilizes the entire space very well. But you can see how Bhullar turns and cuts off that circle. He's not allowing Brandon to utilize a lot of that movement as Bhullar again comes over with that right hand.
Brandon's going to be careful not to drop that left glove. Bhullar trying to thread the overhand right. Has come close twice now. Catches the jab as Bhullar.
See how both these guys are switch hitting. They're both changing stances just to give each other a different look. And they're also very effective off of both stances.
Jab to overhand right again. Going for the headache maker there, Arjan Bhullar. Both back to southpaw starts. Jab from Vera.
Bullar's doing a great job with these little micro movements in his feet. The feint there with the jab throws Brandon on his footwork.
First takedown attempt was successful as he turned the corner on the single leg. Brandon Vera's got high-level jiu-jitsu here.
We haven't often seen it, Mitch, in one championship from Brandon Vera because most of his fights end on the feet.
Exactly, and they also end around this time, too. They rarely go past the first round, and Bhullar's doing a good job right now of controlling the half, not really trying to pass. You can see Vera is trying to attack the left arm of Bhullar. He might be looking for a kimura on that side and possibly using it for a sweep, but Bhullar's really heavy here in the half guard.
Yeah, Bullar's staying heavy to keep that left arm of his protected because Brandon has that lockdown on that arm. So Bullar's doing a good job of like wrapping that out into his waist because if he tries to move, he's going to pick that waist up inevitably just for movement purposes. And that's going to open that hole for Brandon to be able to pull that arm out.
Let's go work the finish.
1 minute remaining, first round set for 5 in our World Heavyweight Title main event here at One Championship Dangal. On the edge of their seats in the Philippines for Brandon Vera. On the edge of their seats in India on Star for Arjan Bhullar. And certainly so much interest right around the world.
Let's go work the finish.
Especially to see if Arjan Bhullar can not only become the first man to beat Vera at heavyweight here, but the first man to become a world champion from India.
It's kind of a stalemate right now. The referee might stand him back up. We only got about 25 seconds, though. You can see Vera's trying to create some movement, trying to create some drive, but it's hard to move Bhullar. Look how heavy he is in the half guard.
Rich, is there any scoring going on here?
No, I mean, Bhullar landed the scoring on the takedown. There hasn't been much done since
10
then.
seconds, work the
Brandon's
finish.
looking for this submission hold, but he hasn't been able to isolate enough to really create any kind of danger for Bhullar. So this really is a stalemate position.
Some heel kicks to the hamstring to end the round for Brandon Vera and Arjan Bhullar. Folks, let us know your thoughts on social media at One Championship across all your social media platforms.
Interesting first round. We saw Brandon with a successful leg kick there as Bhullar was coming forward. Good defensive strategy on the feet from Bhullar, but then this was the biggest moment of that first stanza. He was able to turn the corner, put Brandon Vera down. Brandon immediately went after the kimura. Bhullar settled into the half guard, flattened him out, and was able to ride out the rest of those 5 minutes.
Both men in their respective quarters, second round of 5. Rich, your thoughts after the opening 5 minutes?
I'll tell you what, I'm razor edging this one out to Bhullar. He landed the takedown. He was able to control the footwork up top. He landed quite a few of those, a couple of those right hands, and a few combinations coming in. It just looked like he dictated the pace in the first round. So again, this is a very marginal lead.
Hey, what, they'll be going nuts right now in India watching on Star after hearing that Rich Franklin has Bhullar doing very well in the first 5 minutes. Maybe slightly ahead, but do not forget we do score as an overall contest, not individually round by round. Jab to a big leg kick there from Brandon.
You can see how Bhullar reacted on that one. He immediately tried to reach down and deflect that, possibly reaching for the leg kick so he could run the pipe and look for a takedown. Brandon Vera throws heat when he starts landing those leg kicks.
You sense the mercury may be rising from Brandon Vera. He does have 12 finishes in 16 wins, Vera. 3 finishes in 10 wins for Arjan Bhullar. Jab has been tight tonight from Brandon Vera. Very fast, and again, coming from the waist. There's the overhand left from Vera. Don't forget, folks. Oh, right hand there from Bhullar, stunned him. A beauty there from the Indian. Left hand. Vera is hurt. The uppercut from Bhullar. And Vera trying to create some space and get away. 2 great punches from Arjan Bhullar.
Yep, Vera's got to land something significant. It's really hard to get a read on Bhullar because his head is never in the same spot. He's utilized a lot of feints, and he found his moment, came right across with that right hand and wobbled Vera.
And you know those feints he's using a lot of feints, going down, looking like he's going to do a knee pick as well with those shots. And so now he's got Brandon guessing.
He's got those level changes, and it's really hard to get a read. Brandon's got to change things up because he's wobbled a little bit. That right hand keeps touching Brandon.
Overhand right. The headache maker, the cranium cracker from Bhullar. Good stiff jab to the schnoz. Nicely done from Arjan Bhullar.
Brandon now is only throwing punches, single punches at a time. He's not putting any kind of combinations together. I think he's gotten to the point where Bhullar's got him guessing so much that he's rarely picking up his feet like that for kicks.
Overhand right. Outside leg kick from Vera. Believe the corner of Bhullar was saying he's ready to go. I believe the couple more clean punches on Vera could do the trick. You can never write off the heavyweight champion, though. What a dominant champion Vera's been. As Mitch said, the only heavyweight champion in one history. Body shot. Beautifully done. Tried to fold him in half like origami. Jabs for the right hand. There's the right now. And he took down Vera again. Vera dropped to his knees, Rich.
Yeah, he's
The back of the head,
right
keep
now.
it clean.
This is once you have Bhullar on top of you like this is control. You see how heavy his hips were before when Brandon had him in that Kimura lock, and this is gonna be a tough position for Brandon to get out of.
Have a look at Arjan Bhullar raining down the punishment on Brandon Vera. India will be going into a meltdown right now. Is Bhullar on his way to capturing the world title to become India's first ever world champion? Brandon Vera still here, Mitch.
Yeah, he's doing a good job of not taking a lot of these shots. He's utilizing that veteran experience, covering up really well, and not taking a lot of damage right now. You can see he's trying to stand up. Bhullar's very heavy. Bhullar's picking his shots carefully, not to gas out. He's got about 75 seconds here to really put it on him because the momentum is definitely turning in Bhullar's favor.
Bhullar trying to manhandle, trying to bully and roughhouse Brandon Vera. Vera on his knees again. And he killed the Punjab punches into the side of the head again. And Punjab India trying to rain down the blows on Vera.
Yeah, Brandon needs to either turn into him, quit exposing his back like this, so he needs to either turn into him, or he needs to get up off his knees and onto his feet.
It's an Indian world champion! It's an Indian world champion! And his name is Arjan Bhullar! Can you believe it? India has a world champion! India has a heavyweight world champion! Arjan Bhullar has done it!
Wow! Arjan Bhullar just shook up the heavyweight division. We've got a new king of the heavyweights. He was looking good on the feet, finding a home with the right hand, went to the body, and then got things to the ground, did some damage, and was just too much.
Rich Franklin, India has arrived. Indian martial arts finally has a world champion.
Yes, absolutely heavyweight champ right here. You guys are looking at it, and I'll tell you what, he came into this match with the best game plan you could possibly have against Brandon Vera. He was able to
freeze Brandon Vera's feet in the first round. Brandon wasn't teeing off like he normally does, and then he got him guessing. When Brandon thought he was going to shoot, he would land overhand rights like that. All those feints that Mitch was talking about before, feints with the jab, feints with the knee picks, where he would pretend like he was going to go down and take him down, and then he would just follow up with right hands and wobbling Brandon like this. This was a systematic dismantling. What a way to cap off one championship, Dangal. The age of India is upon us here at One Championship, and it's being led by the big, bold, and powerful Arjan Bhullar, who just roughhoused Brandon Vera and finished the now former champion in 2 rounds. My word. Let's go to Tom Lau to make it all official.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee, Mr. Justin Brown, has called a stop to this contest after 4 minutes and 27 seconds in the second round. For your winner, by way of technical knockout, and new one heavyweight world champion, Arjan Bhullar.
It's an Indian World Mixed Martial Arts Champion. It's a heavyweight World Combat Champion. It's Arjan Bhullar. The dream comes true. They could not have scripted this in a Bollywood movie. The rain of gold over the circle. The reign of gold begins for Arjan Bhullar. Now a part of the most stacked heavyweight division ever in One Championship history. The torch has been passed. Champion number 2, Arjan Bhullar. And for India, of course, champion number 1. Richard, such a pleasure to be a part of witnessing sports history. Let's go to the Dragon now with Brandon Vera.
Brandon, this did not look like the truth we've known to come and see. You seemed different. You were flat-footed. The gas tank wasn't there. What was going on?
You know, I wish I had an answer. Man, I'm sorry, Sanford MMA. I'm sorry for all my family that I didn't perform the way I could and should have. I don't know. This is the first time in my entire career that I actually felt gassed in the first round. It's weird. I'm in shape. We've been training our ass off. We've been working with the best people in the world. I don't know. This is new for me.
It seemed like you had a problem with the leg. You went down. Was there something going on there with the body, or did you just feel the significance of the shots?
I hurt my ribs during camp, and he caught me with a good one right on the ribs. I mean, it's just part of the gig, you know? That's what we do. There's no excuse. He hit me with a lot of other stuff before he hit me with the ribs. But, I don't know, man. I really don't know. I'm really annoyed with myself and disappointed. And I don't have that strap. I'm not the world champ right now. It's not sitting well. So I don't know. We just keep training. We go back to Sanford. And we just keep grinding. We get my belt back.
But what's next for Brandon Vera?
Right now in this pandemic world, I'm going back to Florida where it's open and go train at Sanford. Go get better. Come back and work on getting that belt back.
All right, Brandon. Hope to see you back soon.
Thank you very much.
Have a safe trip.
Thanks, Dragon. Thank you.
Always a gentleman, Brandon Vera. And a lot of emotion there from the now former world champion. Let's go to the Dragon now with Arjan Bhullar.
India's first mixed martial arts world champion, Arjan Bhullar. How's that sound, my friend?
Amazing. India! We got one now. Your first world champion, baby. Let's go.
You told me earlier this week that you wanted to put the pressure on him until he broke, and that was the game plan, and that's exactly what happened. Is this how you envisioned this whole thing playing out?
Absolutely. We were going to box him up, get it in that range, wrestle him, pressure him, break him. That was the game plan. You didn't name this Dangal for no effing reason. I don't know if I can swear. I won this in a Dangal. This is for the grand champions. That's where this comes from. Only the best, only the biggest, only the baddest get one of these. So you best believe I was going to perform tonight.
I wanted you to walk me through this because it was just beautiful. The way you hurt him with that overhand right, you went to the body, but then you were patient when things hit the ground. I want you to walk me through this and tell me exactly what's going through your mind when you realized you could become a world champion.
Just patience. I knew I was going to hurt him. My coaches knew I'm well trained, guys. I've been with the best since day one. Out of Vancouver, Jay Johnson striking, Adam Ryan Jiu-Jitsu. You know, I knew I was going to hurt him. And the plan was keep patient. I came in the lightest I've ever been, intentionally. We were going to go 5 rounds of that. And I did not believe he had 5 rounds up against Mike. Like, there's no way.
Well, we've got a stacked heavyweight division, and as you look to the future, is there a name of somebody you would like to face inside the circle as your first title defense?
Most definitely. There's a Korean heavyweight out there who shut up a loudmouth recently. I call him the Iranian killer. He beat 2 of them in 1 month. I believe he should be the guy who gets this next, and that's who I'd love to face. While the rest of the division sorts itself out, I think he's earned his keep. But before my next fight, I do want to say one thing. I have reached the pinnacle of this sport. Now, I want to attack the pro wrestling industry. AEW, WWE, I'm coming for you guys next. Consider this a warning shot.
So that was a call out to KANG-OWAN?
For the fight, absolutely.
All right, AEW, KANG-OWAN, either way, I'm buying that ticket. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner and new one heavyweight world champion, Arjan Bhullar.
How about that confidence? And why not? He won the Mason at Dangal. He caps off one Dangal tonight by becoming India's first ever world champion. And he says, KANG-OWAN